Hi, I'm Adam from Booklee. So how do you change the design, the color theme of your guidebook, and how do you change the settings of your digital guidebook? It's really simple. Let me show you. So the very first thing, here on my screen now you can see a really detailed help article on how to change the design, the color theme, and the settings of your Booklee digital guidebook. If you ever feel stuck or you have any issues, feel free to check out this article. I can assure you it's going to help you a lot to solve any issues in terms of the design and settings of your digital guidebook. What I'm going to do in this video, I'm just going to simply go through this whole article and show you live in action how to change the design and settings of your Booklee digital guidebook. So let's start. I'm going to navigate to my Booklee guidebook dashboard. So here it is. So the first thing, how to change design. Here you can see there's this button, design. That's where I'm going to click. I go to design, and here you can see a bunch of color themes you can choose for your digital guidebook here on the right hand side. So let me say I'm going to choose the gold color. I simply click here on gold, and here you can see it updates immediately live. Or perhaps I want to have a silver color, then I click silver. But I'm going to keep the willow color since I really like this one for my guidebook over here. Let me click back. So now how do I change the settings of my digital guidebook? So here at the top you can see there's also this settings button. So if I go to settings over here, there's a bunch of details, settings that you can change for your digital guidebook. I'm going to start here at the top with general settings. So this is your Booklee digital guidebook link. This is where you can edit it. If you want to edit your Booklee guidebook link, simply click here and type in the link of your guidebook, the one that you want to have. Type it in and then click update. It's going to save, and that's going to be your Booklee digital guidebook link. Here you also have an option to show a map on the first page of your guidebook. It is turned on for me, so let me show you where it is located. If I go back and then I scroll down here on my Booklee guidebook, here you can see this is the map I'm talking about. This is the interactive map that's shown on my first page of my guidebook. If I go back to settings over here and I choose not to show a map on the first page, I simply click here. Now let me go back, scroll down, and now you can see that there is actually no map displayed on my first page of my guidebook. But I really like the map since that's a really cool feature that I'm gonna allow my guests to use, so I'm gonna keep the map. So I simply click here, and now the map is back live on my first page of my digital guidebook. Now, if I move on, here I can edit the page metadata for my digital guidebook. So here is where I can edit the title of my guidebook, the meta description of my guidebook, and this is going to be the open graph social image of my guidebook over here. So this is the image, the title and description my guests are going to see once I share a link with them. If I want to change either title or description, I simply click here and type in whatever name, title I want to have for my guidebook. And the same thing for the meta description. I simply click in here and type in the meta description I'm going to have for my digital guidebook. Once I've done all of the changes I'm going to do for my page metadata, I simply click here on update to make sure that all the changes I've done are saved. Now, last but not least, the button labels. So one trick that I would suggest you to use is change these only if you want to completely translate your digital guidebook. So these button labels correspond to the names of the buttons that your guests can see on your Booklee guidebook. So say for example that you want to have your Booklee digital guidebook to be completely in Spanish. So that is why you would use the settings section for button labels to change these to Spanish language. How to do that? You would simply click here and type in the name in Spanish over here. And the same for the back button, open in map, show on map and get directions. Once you're done, you would click update to save the changes. So let me show you actually where you can find these buttons. If I was to go back to my guidebook, scroll down, and here you can see this, for example, is one of the buttons in the settings that I can change the name for, open in map. And once again, use that settings feature if you wanted to change completely the whole guidebook language to say Spanish or some sort of different language. So that's it. That's how simple it is to change the color theme and settings of your Booklee digital guidebook. That's it from me. Have a great day. Cheers. Bye-bye.